This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is May 18th, 2021, show number 269. Well, Nick, what's going on here with the markets today?
Well, we got a little bit of a mixed session out here today. We do have some early strength in the Russell 2000. That's up about 0.7%. Some strength in the NASDAQ, also up 0.7%. We have the Dow negative, just down 0.2%. And the S&P 500 is basically flat today. So that's what we're looking at, a mixed bag of tricks. As you know, it's Options X on Friday for the month of May. And anytime you come into an options expiration, it's going to be a week of just choppiness in a lot of individual names. And I think that's what we're seeing right now.
All right. Well, no surprises there. We know that markets have their own particular rhythm, if you will, for options expiration. And you just kind of have to sit back and try not to get, over-absorbed in it or get whipsawed, because it's easy to get whipsawed. Trade looks really good, and then it reverses almost the second you make it.
That's kind of the characteristics of options expiration.
Yeah, that's for sure. So we'll keep it brief since we know what this week is all about. Gold, silver, basically slightly down. They were trading higher in after-hours trading. They're essentially flat.
Yeah, gold futures are down a dollar right now, down a point. Not a big deal. If you take a look at silver futures, basically flat, down a penny. Well, I don't think you can make anything out of this. This is what we could call a good pause day after a big move like yesterday. So I'm waiting on gold to put in a little bit of a sideways pattern here, and I think it goes higher.
All right. Well, there's a lot of, among cycle people, a lot of disagreement about this, but I'm going to have to defer to you, Nick, because you were the guy who said it was going to go to 1,700, and it in fact broke 1,700, and you called the low at that point, and now we're up nearly 200 points, $200 from the low. So I got to believe that that you pretty much have your hand on the pulse of what's going on here. I hate that we become like the crypto corner, the crypto naysayer corner. But, I guess we should read this email that we got here from FSN community member James and, FSN and In the Money Stocks community member James. First of all, thank you for your content. I never miss a video. You asked for a response, so here is mine. Thanks to you and Nick's advice, I was able to exit 50% of my Bitcoin position at 57.5 when Nick and you first issued a warning of a breakdown, and other 50% at 48,500. Now, I don't know if I would have sold everything, Nick, because I just kind of believe holding it. But anyway, when it seemed to struggle to stay above Nick's support call, which I guess was 49,000 was your support.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, much appreciated. Love your show and the humor, and keep it up. So here's somebody who actually paid attention, even though to a couple guys who don't really understand crypto and don't know anything about anything. I see this comment a lot. Nick, we're contributing. Our contribution is FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And hey, so what's interesting here is I want to go back to what precipitated all this. Elon Musk saying that Tesla had sold its Bitcoin, and they actually didn't, according to him. Well, how do you sell something without really selling it, Nick?
Yeah, I don't know. He's getting caught in twisty words here. I'm not really sure what he's doing. I thought they sold Bitcoin for a profit, according to the Tesla conference call, and now we're hearing that he didn't sell any Bitcoin. I don't know what to make of it, but I would just say this is exactly why we want to use charts. Because you have double speak going out of someone that apparently can move markets, but the charts were telling us what was going to happen anyway. And today we're looking at Bitcoin, trading down around 42,000, even lower now.
All right. So, that was a riddle, kind of like what's the sound of one hand clapping, right? But in any event, hey, how do you sell something without selling it? You sell a future contract, right?
That's pretty much it. That is really what you do. And again, we'll see if they disclose a little bit more going forward, really, we're not really getting a lot of disclosure out of them.
Yeah, it's very murky. And the beauty is, well, yes, they have to make all disclosures, material disclosures to the public as far as Tesla stock is concerned. But as far as Bitcoin is concerned, there's no such thing as insider trading. There's no such thing as manipulating Bitcoin. They've known it's been manipulated for years and have done absolutely nothing. It appears that other than in an initial coin offering, the regulators have no authority to set the record straight or to make sure that the players are dealt with fairly in cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, that's another good point. And again, we'll probably get to that stage of regulation eventually. All equities get there if they're going to be around. Whether or not, how regulated things are, that's really up for a big debate. But overall, yeah, it's kind of the Wild West out here with Bitcoin and with all the other cryptos as well that are out there. So again, just 3 weeks ago or a month ago, crypto was just loved. Everybody loved it. It was just the next great thing. Nobody wanted a piece of gold. Everybody kept saying, coin is the new gold. And now here we are. Gold is moving higher and Bitcoin is falling off a cliff. So, again, this is why I tell everybody, learn how to use charts, read the charts. Really what you're reading is the footprint of human nature, and human nature never really lets you down.
Hey, and I really believe that they did sell contracts, because that's how they would be able to book that profit without actually selling them, right? And their guy, the CFO, this guy, Zach Kirkhorn, who also had added the master of coin, if you're a master of coin, then this stuff's going to happen, and you sell those futures contracts right at the top of the market, and then you just watch the stuff go down. And whether Elon has any effect or not, we could debate that. Certainly he has some effect, whether it's positive or negative, but really, what could a couple of words or a couple of jokes on Saturday Night Live do to a market that's really healthy and going up, where you don't have weak holders, right?
That's it. And that's the problem. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's the problem with Bitcoin. You got a bunch of people that got $1,400 checks and put their money into Bitcoin. Those are weak holders. And as much as I hate to say that, that's the honest truth. Maybe some people are going to just let it ride forever. But, again, when you don't have that true institutional sponsorship where these guys get money for nothing and can put it in the market, that's what happens. And, we're seeing it. You're seeing it on the chart. We talked about the lower high. We talked about the similarity of patterns, bringing it all the way back to the last time it put that big peak. I believe it was 2018, 17. Yeah. Yes. So, I mean, there was so many characteristics of a high being put in Bitcoin. But, at 65,000, nobody wanted to hear it when I was, basically shouting it from the roof.
Yeah, from the rooftops. We were. But we didn't know anything, Nick. We were just FUD. We're just FUD. Well, I got good news here. I got my stimulus check just yesterday in the mail. It took a long time going. Guess how much money they sent me?
I don't know.
$1.16. That was my stimulus. So I don't know what can you buy for $1 now? I guess maybe a cup of coffee.
I don't think you can even get a cup of coffee. I don't even think a cup of coffee is $1 now. Now with the inflation moving up and copper and wheat and corn and everything else, I think $1 basically gets you $1.
I probably, and you know what I could do though? I could buy almost 2 Dogecoins with it. So maybe I'm just going to take my stimulus check here and invest in Dogecoin because it seems like a good buy at this price, right?
I think so. I think that's the right move. And again, I didn't get a stimulus check, so you made out better than I did. But I tell you, I would definitely throw it in a Dogecoin.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, how much did it cost the U.S. government to send me this check for $1.16? And then I got to I can just scan it and send it to the bank. But it's more trouble than it's worth. But if I can get it on a couple of Dogecoins and it goes up to 10, 20, 1,000, who the hell knows how high Dogecoin's going to go with Musk behind it, right?
Well, Elon Musk is fully behind it. And he says that, he's working with the developers there. So they got some good things in the pipeline.
Hey, speaking of pipelines, so finally they got the gasoline pipeline together. I think you got a little affected by it. Not so much down here other than people were panicking, led by me, because I read about it in Zero Hedge at 2 a.m. I said, I'm really not tired. I'm going to go fill up because my tank's empty. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. I need to get some gas. I went there. The station was empty, filled up at $4 a gallon, and then went down to Fort Lauderdale, filled up on the way back because I said I can't be in half a tank. And that was the last I saw of any run run on gas here, but it just shows you how tenuous modern life can be, and you need to be prepared. And that means preparation financially for sure. You need to go over to inthemoneystocks.com, sign up for Nick's service. It will pay for itself. Just listen. You see what happened here with James. I mean, basically, he got out at 58,000. He's 16,000 ahead and 47 or 8,000. I mean, he's thousands of dollars, maybe tens of thousands of dollars ahead of what he would have been otherwise. And that's just a defensive maneuver. That's not even one where we've seen Nick's trades recently in gold and elsewhere really pay off. So inthemoneystocks.com, follow the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, at Kerry Lutz, and send us your emails. We will share them with you out there listening. Nick, always a pleasure. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Kerry.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago 01.